Have you ever wondered how roofs perform over the long term? We're in the Tecta America warehouse in suburban Chicago. This building was purpose-built as a roofing warehouse and operations center 28 years ago. And at the time, we put about a dozen roofs on the building to let clients see how different roofs looked in real time. When we built the showroom, we applied a variety of conventional built-up and modified systems, sheet metal roofing systems, as well as a variety of newer single-ply systems. At the time, several people chided us for putting on what they called experimental roofs on the building. Let's take a look to see how all these systems compare side by side over the long term. Here we have a conventional asphalt and gravel built-up roof system. This was considered the Cadillac of roofs at the time. In general, it's performing well, looks good. With one exception, we're going to come over here and take a look at the SBS flashings on the side, and we can see the granules are coming off and the modified asphalt is exposed. If this isn't rectified, this will shorten the life of the flashings and ultimately the roof. But with restoration, this roof can continue to provide service into the future. Here we see an APP granular surface modified roof. This was a very popular system in the Chicago area 30 years ago. Probably had north of 30% of the market share locally. We can see overall granular loss, which is a problem. In addition, in the low area, the area has been patched. Asphalt roof products do not like ponding water, so this area has been repaired to keep it from leaking. Unlike the adjacent asphalt and gravel area, the extra flood coat and gravel protects the roof in a ponding area, not so on a modified roof. In the center part of the building, we find a smooth 4-ply asphalt roof. At the time this was installed, it was meant to show different coating options that were available at the time. If you'd seen this roof in my annual video a number of years ago, it was not looking very well, but with a coating restoration, it's been restored to good condition and will provide many years of additional service. Here's another way to extend the life of a smooth asphalt built-up roof. In this case, we installed a granular surfaced SBS modified roof in cold adhesive. It extends the life of the roof out another 20 years or so. And the thing that's good about this is that eventually, when the granules come off, this roof can be subject to a coating restoration and truly make it a sustainable asset and pushing the life out another 20 years beyond that. There's many options out there to extend the life of the roof. Here we see a 40 mil mechanically attached PVC alveoli key roof membrane. It's performing very well and looks almost as good as when it was installed. Most people are surprised to hear that it's a 40 mil membrane because when this roof was installed, 45 was the industry standard, and today 60 mil is the standard. It's about the chemistry of the sheet, not the thickness of the sheet. The roof's performing well because it was a good chemistry. The other thing to think about here is that the roof is not leaking, and at some time in the future, with a coating restoration, the life can be pushed out another 20 years, making this truly a sustainable solution for building owners that are thinking in that way. Here we have a green vegetative roof installed over a PVC key alveoli membrane. No leaks, roof's performing very well. The green roof in this case was installed with growing media and plantings and took many years to grow into what you see here. Here we have a green roof that was pre-planted in a nursery and was brought up in trays. So this roof looked like this from day one. It did not take time to grow in like the green roof that was planted with seedlings. But it looks great, performing well. Here we have an unusual application method. This is another PVC key alveoli roof, but rather than it being attached or adhered, it is held on by one-way vents. So no fasteners, no adhesive, but at the perimeters and at the corners, we have vents that draw air out of the roof. As the wind blows across the roof, the air is drawn out through these vents. And what actually happens is the harder the wind blows, the tighter, you will, the membrane is held onto the deck. Some people find this unusual. Some people find it hard to believe. But this roof's been here for 28 years and is performing flawlessly. Here we've got an architectural metal roof system and wall system still performing well. No leaks on this area. This used to be colonial red. It looks like it's orange, but aside from the change in color after 28 years, the roof is performing well. Here we have a low-slope PVC roof with PVC battens, which is meant to replicate the look of a standing seam metal roof. Normally, standing seam metal roofs are installed in a steep slope fashion because the water needs to run off of them to keep them watertight. So this gives you the best of both worlds, the look of metal and the water tightness of a low slope application. The roof is performing well with no leaks. As this roof ages out, it could be recoated to extend the life out another 20 years. Here we have a loose laid ballasted EPDM roof. This was considered the low-cost leader of roofing systems at the time. It's performing fairly well, no leaks reported. Typically over time, at this age, we would expect to see the flashings shrinking and pulling away from the walls. That hasn't happened in this case. Roof's performing well. Here we have an adhered EPDM roof. It's been performing well, has needed virtually no repairs or maintenance. Due to the age, carbon black is starting to leave the sheet, and if we walk over here, we can see we've coated an area, and you can see the black footprints from people walking from the black EPDM onto the white silicone coating. Really, the illustration here is that if the entire roof was coated, the carbon black loss would be stopped, and the life of this roof could be pushed out another 20 years. And then, 20 years from now, it can be coated again. And really what you wind up with is a roof system that could virtually last as long as the building and truly make it a sustainable asset. We can see here a patch that was installed at some point. One of the typical methodologies on EPDM is to apply a lap sealant around a patch. We can see here that lap sealant is cracking. That's something that'll need to have preventive maintenance performed on it to extend the life of the roof. Here is another application of EPDM. This roof area is mechanically attached. Similar to the adhered area, it's performing well, but will soon need coating to extend the life due to carbon black loss. If you're ever in the Chicago area and you're curious and want to see with your own eyes how different roof systems perform all in the same place that were all installed at the same time, let me know. I'll arrange a tour. Would be happy to meet you.